Hello everyone, and welcome back to a new episode on Spice and Easy Kitchen. I hope you're all doing well, and today I'll show you a pastry shaped like a cinnamon roll. We are making it using the Turkish-style method that I really liked and wanted to share with you. For this recipe, I need 1 kilogram of flour. I may add a little more flour depending on the consistency of the dough. I have 250 milliliters of warm milk. I also have 200 milliliters of water and 1½ cups of yogurt. That equals about 200 grams of yogurt. I also have half a teaspoon of turmeric and 1 teaspoon of salt. I also need 1 teaspoon of baking powder. I have 1 teaspoon of sugar, 1 teaspoon of instant yeast, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. You can replace it with 1 gram of vanilla powder. I also have 4 eggs and 100 grams of melted butter. First, I'll pour the milk into a bowl. The milk and the water should both be warm. I'll add 1 teaspoon of instant yeast and 1 teaspoon of granulated sugar. I'll stir everything together, cover it, and let the yeast activate. Now I'll add the melted butter and mix it well. Next, I'll add the yogurt and combine everything. Then I'll pour this mixture into the flour. I'll use 2 whole eggs and only the egg whites from the other 2 eggs. That way, nothing goes to waste. I'll keep the egg yolks aside to brush the pastries later. Now I'll add the turmeric. Next comes the vanilla. If you're using vanilla powder, use 1 gram and mix everything well. Then I'll add this mixture to the flour. After that, I'll add the remaining ingredients. Now I'll add the egg whites while keeping the yolks aside. The yolks will be used later. So that's 2 egg whites and 2 whole eggs. The yolks will be used to brush the tops of the pastries. Now I'll add the 200 milliliters of water. Then I'll add the salt and the baking powder. Now I'll start mixing everything together. I'll pour in the liquid mixture and begin kneading. If needed, I'll gradually add a little more flour. This recipe needs slightly more than 1 kilogram of flour. I'll continue kneading until the dough is smooth. The dough is now ready and used exactly 1.2 kilograms of flour. That's the final amount of flour. Now I'll cover the dough with plastic wrap and put the lid on the bowl. Then I'll let it rise until it doubles in size. While the dough is rising, I have 200 grams of walnuts ready. I also have 100 grams of raisins. I didn't want to use too much sugar because the original recipe only contains walnuts and sugar. If you use 200 grams of walnuts, you'll need about 90 grams of sugar. You'll also need 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, but I'll replace most of the sugar with raisins. Now I'll coarsely chop the walnuts. They shouldn't be finely ground and should still have small pieces. Let me show you the texture you're looking for. This is exactly how the chopped walnuts should look. Now I'll chop the raisins with a knife. You can also use a food chopper if that's easier. Next, I'll add 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. Then I'll add 1 tablespoon of granulated sugar. This little amount of sugar gives the filling a pleasant texture. Now I'll mix all the filling ingredients together. The filling is now ready to use. I washed the raisins well and let them drain completely. The drier the raisins are, the better the filling will be. As for the walnuts, make sure they are well cleaned. You can lightly toast them if you like. Personally, I prefer using them without toasting. Now let's move on to rolling out the dough. I'll place the dough on my work surface. Then I'll gently press out all the air. Look how soft and stretchy it is. Now I'll divide the dough. Each piece will be divided into 6 portions. This section makes 6 pieces, and the other section also makes 6. After shaping them into balls, I'll cover them with plastic wrap. I'll let them rest for about 5 minutes. Then I'll start rolling them out. I'll generously flour the work surface. This helps control the dough while rolling. I'll keep rolling with the rolling pin until the dough becomes thin. This is the thinness you're looking for. Now I'll take the melted butter and use it to brush each layer. I have 200 grams of butter here, but you can also make only half the recipe. This recipe with 1.2 kilograms of flour makes a very generous amount. If you prefer, simply use 600 grams of flour instead. This sheet has already been rolled out, so I'll place it on top. Make sure all the layers are evenly aligned. I'll brush this layer with butter, and every new sheet will also be brushed. Then I'll place the next sheet on top until all the layers are stacked. I'll continue the same way so the video doesn't become too long. I'm now brushing the 11th layer with butter. The 12th layer has already been rolled out. I'm only showing you the final step because the process is exactly the same. That's all there is to it. Now I'll place the final sheet on top. The dough is very elastic, so don't worry because it won't tear. I'll also brush the last sheet with butter. This way every layer will be coated with butter after cutting. The butter should be evenly distributed throughout the dough. Now I'll gather everything together like this. You should do this, especially if you forgot to grease the work surface first. Only a small amount of butter is needed, not too much. If you had greased the work surface earlier, this step wouldn't be necessary. Now I'll gently spread everything evenly. I'll keep adding a little butter until I reach the end. Then I'll gather the dough together once again. I'll divide it into 2 pieces so they fit easily on a baking tray. Then I'll refrigerate them for a short time so the dough becomes firmer. Look at those beautiful flaky layers. I'll leave the dough in the refrigerator for about 10 minutes. Then I'll cut it into finger-sized pieces. I'll cut it just like this. Then I'll arrange the pieces on the baking tray. Just like this. After cutting them into rounds, I'll take each piece one by one. You can clearly see the beautiful flaky layers. The side that was underneath will now face upward. Then I'll make a small indentation in the center. I kept this part a little longer so you can clearly follow the technique. This is how you'll get beautifully flaky pastries. Now I'll add some of the walnut and raisin filling. It also contains cinnamon and a little sugar. I added 1 tablespoon of sugar. Then I'll fold it closed, turn it over, and press it gently. I'll continue until they are all finished so the video doesn't become too long. Now I'll brush all the pastries with the egg wash, and they are all filled with the walnut mixture. I mix the egg yolk with 1 teaspoon of milk. Now I'll stir it well and brush the tops of all the pastries. Once they are all brushed with the egg yolk, I'll make a small indentation with my finger. Just like this. I'll do the same on every pastry. Then I'll sprinkle them with black sesame seeds. Or you can use regular sesame seeds if that's what you have. Now I'll bake them at 180 degrees Celsius. I can't give you the exact baking time because every oven is different. Bake them until they are nicely golden on top. They should also be fully baked underneath before taking them out. This is the final look of our pastries, and they resemble cinnamon rolls. They look absolutely beautiful. I brushed these with a little apricot jam so half a walnut would stick on top. Just like this. I also decorated some with sliced almonds or sliced peanuts, depending on what you have. If you prefer, you can simply leave them topped with sesame seeds like the first batch. The choice is completely yours. Using the natural sweetness of the ingredients is a healthier choice. I hope you enjoyed today's recipe. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Also, turn on the notification bell so you never miss a new recipe. See you in the next video.